In this lesson, we'll explore animating with Max's link constraint. The link constraint is used to link an object to multiple targets through time. Now, let's go ahead and learn how we can apply this link constraint to have our ship dock on this floating platform. We have a number of ways to apply the constraint. With the object selected to link, we can go to our animation menu, constraints, and choose the link constraint. And then we simply choose our target object. And we can see the change that has been made in our motion panel. But we'll go ahead and discuss that shortly. What we do see is that this constraint maintains our object's offset, so that's nice. But we may not want to apply it this way because you'll see that for the rest of the animation, the offset is not desirable because we now have this object constrained to this object's position, rotation, and scale values. So instead, let's go ahead and look at another way we can apply this constraint to work a little bit better for us. Going to the motion panel, selecting our transform controller, we can assign a link constraint controller to this. Looking back at our assigned controller rollout, we see the change that has been made. Again, this is going to affect position, rotation, and scale, but only for animated objects. What that means is that we'll only see the effect once we have targeted to an object that has been animated, and we'll take a look at that. Now, looking underneath our assigned controller's rollout, what we see is the link parameters rollout, where we can apply our link constraint settings. What we'd first want to do is actually have our object linked to the world if we plan to have it animated before it is influenced by any target objects, as is the case with this. So we'll basically want to first go to the frame we'd like to constrain it to the world to. That's on frame 85. We can choose link to world, and you'll see here that now we not only have it linked to the world, but we also see the frame number as which it has been linked to. We also see a parameter that allows us to change the frame that this constraint is affecting our object. Now, something important we want to keep in mind, especially when it comes to adding new targets, is we have these key modes. Now, no key would basically mean that when we apply a new target, our object is not going to have any transform keys. But if we wanted transform keys, we can either use key nodes child. This is going to only set keys on this object, but parents would set keys on any other targets that are targeted to this object. Now, we also have key entire hierarchy, which would basically key this object and anything underneath it in hierarchy, and parent would key the entire hierarchy of this object. But I like to go ahead and just use no keys for this situation. Now, what we'll now want to do is go to the frame immediately after where we'd like to have the ship be influenced by this floating platform. And then we'd go to add link and simply choose the platform. Now notice it has been updated in our target list as well as the frame number. And you'll see after we right click to cancel out the add link command, you'll see that now after frame 86 our ship is going to be controlled by this floating platform. And again, it's only looking at the animation of this object. So if we try to scale this, notice it's not going to influence our ship. But if we were to go to set key mode, quickly set a transform key for this platform, and then scale the object, then we'll see that it is then affecting the object linked to it. So that's a quick look at how we can work with the link constraint, and this would not only be nice to use for this case, but also for character interaction or even an assembly line type of animation.